Hello, everyone. I am sitting down with Sarah Peters today. And Sarah is in Align CEO Method with us, and I'm going to ask her some questions. I said before we hit record, I like to keep things conversational. And so it's not like strict Q&A interview style here. Just kind of want to hear a little bit about your perspective. But Sarah, before I hear your take on being in Align CEO Method and being a part of this community and all of that fun stuff, I want people to know who you are and what the work is that you do, because I know you're really passionate about supporting therapists, especially those that have private practice and the therapists that you get to work with. So can you tell us a little bit about your business? And I guess if I had to ask one question about it, like, what about your business lights you up the most?
I love that question. Yeah. And as you asked, who am I and what do I do? I know we talk a lot about even separating out those questions. And it's like, who
Mm-hmm.
am I, Sarah the human, versus who am I, Sarah the business owner and the aligned CEO? So when I'm not in biz mode, you'll probably catch me at the yoga studio or on my sup or skiing. Like, I just love all of that good West Coast fun stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I am a dog mom. We were just chatting about our fur babies, and I also just got married to my lovely husband this year. So we are just in the stage right now of really building a home that we love and like tending to our garden and we just decorated for the holidays and all of those fun things. So that's sort of who am I, Sarah the individual. And then on the business side of things, I am the founder of Sit With Us Therapy Collective, which is an in-person and online counseling practice based in Victoria, BC. And I'm also a business coach for therapists. So, in doing this work of growing practice and supporting my team to grow, that really grew my passion for what it takes for therapists to evolve in private practice and to navigate all of those pieces of imposter syndrome and putting the systems in place and like all of those business side of things that we weren't taught in therapy school. So I think what lights me up the most is when a therapist comes back to me and they tell me a story of overcoming a limiting belief, or so often it's like the consultation anxiety, right? We get when we're starting out, we feel so fearful of, I don't know what to expect. I don't know what to say, all of those pieces. And so when a therapist comes back to me and says, I'm feeling so much more confident because of some of the things we talk about, that just absolutely makes my day.
I love that so much. That confidence piece is so essential for like every business and every aspect of life because, if a therapist isn't confident in the work that they do, the way that they're able to support others, that's going to make it really challenging for somebody to like lean in energetically and trust them, right? So it's so incredible that you're stepping into this work of empowering therapists to grow out their business. Because, like you said, you don't go to whatever university and get your counseling degree. And then they're like, and here's how you're going to have a thriving business. And so it's so cool that you're able to take everything you've learned and turn it around and be able to support others to do that too. We need more women, especially, and women who are in the field that you're in, feeling like I'm the expert at what I do. I do this really well, and I know how to have a business. I don't have to rely on somebody else to be like, oh, you're the expert, but you're going to fall under my schedule or my rules or whatever it might be. And you're empowering them to, yeah, do that for themselves.
Gosh, completely.
It's so
And
good.
that's been a huge transformational part of being a part of Align CEO that, I went to therapy school and I was like, oh, I'm a therapist. But then having to share what I do and be quote unquote salesy felt so uncomfortable because I'm like, oh, I'm just here to help people. I'm compassionate. I didn't have an identity as a businesswoman. And
Right.
it's really important to recognize that having those business skills where we can put the systems in place, we can help to communicate our message and what we offer people. That supports us to thrive as providers. It helps us to reach more people and it helps to increase the impact that we have.
Totally. It's so good. Okay. One of my questions is, sometimes people sit on the fence and they've got different reasons for why they sit on the fence before making a decision. And this doesn't just happen in business, it can happen in so many different areas of life. Can you recall, like, what was the, I don't even know if we want to call it breaking point, but what tipped you over the edge or what got you off the fence or what made you say yes to Align CEO Method when you said yes?
Hmm. Hmm. Yeah, I remember feeling like I was fumbling around in the dark on my own for so long. And I had looked at different coaching options, and I knew that mentorship piece was so important. I had really strong mentorship in the therapeutic space. Like I had my counseling supervisor, and she operated how she operated. She wasn't going to take me to the level that I desired in scaling my group practice. And it just got to this point where it was almost like bigger than me. I had already put the wheels in motion of the group practice, and it wasn't just about the clients that I was supporting. It was about my team, and it was about the clients that they were supporting, and recognizing that it had to be easier than how I had been doing things. And I felt like I was efforting so much, but I felt like I wasn't moving the needle in the way that I wanted to. And so it felt really important to have not only the guidance, the business mentorship, but the community of other people who were also doing all the things, wearing all the entrepreneurial hats to be able to connect with and elevate each other.
Yeah, I love that you shared that of like, yes, it's mentorship for sure. And I think that, anybody who wants to go to the next level can really benefit from mentorship, but it's community too. And you have this with your circle. It's if we're trying to do this all on our own, it kind of feels like, what's the point? We want people to celebrate with us and cheerlead us and all that stuff. So I love that that's a piece of it for you. Another curiosity that I have is you've seen incredible success in your business this year. And like we can label success as many different things, but you've had lots of wins. And of course, those wins come with challenges. They always do. What is a surprising like win or celebration or some sort of achievement that has happened for you in your business this past year, being in Aligned CEO Method, that you weren't really anticipating?
There's two that come to mind, and I love that you talk about labeling success in many different ways. I came into Alliance CEO Method looking for clarity. I felt like I was just like in this fog of what am I doing? And so that was my word of the year for 2025 was clarity. And throughout the course of being an Alliance CEO this year, received the clarity that around the things that weren't working and the need to shift my business structure and to increase my impact. And that's how the Spaceholder Circle was born, through this understanding that, there was this misalignment. I could just feel I'm trying so hard to make these things happen. And I feel like I'm hitting these walls, and it's not for lack of passion. It's not for lack of trying. It was because of the way that things were set up. So there was a huge shift in the business structure. The circle came out of that, as well as a complete change in the compensation structure that I offer my clinicians. It's a really unique model that I have not seen anywhere else in the therapy industry or in any clinical model. So I'm really excited about that piece as well. So clarity on those fronts. The other thing that is incredible, and it's like a shock, but it's not. It's a surprise, but it's not, was going into Aligned CEO when I made the decision to go all in. I had a lot of financial anxiety about that, right? It is a big commitment. It's the biggest investment I've ever made in my business. And I was like, okay, it's happening. We are all in. And in order for this to make sense, I need to make a commitment to myself that our team can double our gross revenue over last year.
I have chills.
I know. And we are on track to hit that. There's absolutely no way we're not going to. And it's, I don't always love using revenue as the metric because it's not about the money, right? It's really about the reach that we have, the amount of sessions that we've had, the amount of people that we've helped to create changes in their lives, right? People who are like, I got into medical school, I left the abusive relationship, like the list goes on of all the amazing things that I could say that we've supported. And for me as the business leader, tracking the reports, that's one way of seeing that growth that we had. So essentially we've just doubled our reach in the clinic, which is absolutely amazing. And we're going to do that again next year. So I'm really excited.
Yeah, you are. Claim it now. And revenue is numbers, and numbers data, and data doesn't lie. And it's as CEOs, this is what we want. We want women looking at their numbers and not being blind to like, what is the impact you're making? And are you being paid well for that? And are you compensating well? And, are you able to, you're in a physical brick and mortar business as well. So like you've got lights to keep on and people to pay and power. And so a lot of it is looking at the numbers, and it's being like really okay with looking at those numbers and then getting excited about like, if we could do that this year, what's possible within the next year, right? Because now you have this clarity, you have this new offer that brings new revenue. And so there's just more and more potential.
Yeah. And looking at those numbers has also opened up new possibilities to things like I just booked a retreat for my entire team to go on in the spring. I wouldn't know if that was possible if I hadn't been tracking, right? And it was through tracking my numbers more how do I want to say this? It was through tracking my numbers and having a handle on the month to month this year and like witnessing the growth in a more stepwise fashion that I
Mm,
was able to come up with the new business model where we can create a pay structure to increase the compensation that we're offering our clinicians. So it's also a focus on improving their quality of life as well and having really happy clinicians that are doing great work because they have that life work balance and they're feeling valued and they're feeling in alignment in being part of our team as well.
yeah. And like, what more can you ask for, right? Having people that work with you and for you and alongside of you that are happy and they want to be there and they get to go home and tell their friends and family and community and network of like, love the work I do. I love the people I work with. You are the creator of that and you're helping other people become the creators of that. So I think that that ripple effect, that impact is so incredible. I want to say thank you for your time today, Sarah. I know I wanted to keep these really short. I want to hear one or two perspectives from different people of what it's been like to be inside of Alliance CEO Method. And I want people to hear what you do and how you do it. And just for anybody who's listening on the go, we caught that Sarah is a counselor and she runs the Space Holder Circle and all that at the beginning. But can you just tell us your Instagram and your website for the people who are listening? And it will be linked wherever this video or audio they find it.
Yeah, you can find me on Instagram at the Sarah Peters, and our clinic page as well is at sitwithus.ca. And then you can find me online at sarahpeters.ca or sitwithus.
Okay, perfect. All of this will be linked wherever you find this video or audio. Thank you, Sarah, for your time today. I so appreciate it. Anybody who's listened to this and something that Sarah said spoke to you or you want to connect with her, you've now got a few different ways to do that. Reach out, let her know what she said. That sparked something in you. And yeah, I'm excited to do year 2.
Yeah, me too. Thanks, Nicole.
Okay, thanks, Sarah. Bye.
Bye.